Deus Ex HD is the long-awaited sequel to the original Deus Ex Invisible War, originally released on the Xbox in 1999. Invisible War is considered to be a classic amongst gamers all over the gaming community. Its RPG elements and tight gameplay have it on everyone's #1 list. But can this game, that's been in production for, I don't really know, I wasn't really paying attention, live up to let's just look at the game. Now, starting right into the game, one of the first things you'll notice is that you have an important choice to make. You have to pick whether you want the game's story, whether you want the game's hard difficulty level, or whether you want to play as Deus Ex. Personally, I think this is a ridiculous decision. I bought this game. I have the right to get all 3 of these during my playthrough. This is ridiculous. Deus Ex is what I like to call a first-person looker. In these kind of games, you just walk around looking at stuff. Yeah, eventually you get a gun and then you can shoot bad guys. Well, when you're not shooting bad guys, you're going from point A to point B looking at only what the game wants you to look at. They take you around, showing you these cool things, but they're not that cool because you're not getting headshots. You're just checking your email on a computer, and you're probably supposed to read this and get integrated into the story, but I don't care. After you check your email, you get to walk around and look at things. Except you're not really walking around, the game is walking you around for you. She's got a nice butt. So I just spent this whole time looking at her butt. I mean, at this part I looked at an arm and a hand and some scientists. But shortly after I went back to looking at her butt. It's probably coming up here. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Even that got boring after a while though, so eventually I just took out the Game Boy and played some hardcore games till this bullshit cutscene shit was over. Finally, the game gets you up on your feet and actually playing the game and actually going through a situation. And this is when the game ends up being the biggest first-person looker of them all. Because here, it's a whole bunch of more looking, but with a gun in your hand. You get to look at the orange and the lights and the smoke and the fire, and you get to keep looking. Eventually, you get to this pretty cool looking scene. You get to look through some glass as some monsters kill some scientists. It's pretty innovative and it's never been done in games before. 13 years ago.
I don't want to play these shitty fucking games anymore. I'm tired of the cinematic fucking experiences of the point A to point B level design of the linear and straightforward and simplified boring shit. I don't want to play it anymore. Fuck you.
Eventually, the game does get pretty hardcore. Once you get far enough, you get to a point where you can finally blow up some bad guys. Taking hardcore cover behind these boxes, I blam these scrubs right off of their little sniper perch. Your screen does get a little red, but if you stand around for long enough, you don't get dead anymore. Your health comes back just like in a video game. I got props to them for that. Bam! Do you see that headshot? Oh, here's the next one. Oh yeah! On the subject of graphics, Deus Ex Human Delusion is a little on the skimpy side. This bike looks like it came out of my Nintendo 64. It's okay though, because the game also has some really cool shit, like pizza and flowers, but they look like shit, so it doesn't really count. Hey, look at the water! Wow! Oh boy! Cool! Did I ever mention how hardcore this game is?
Probably smoking a cigweed.
That's right, they smoke up on that cigweed in this game, while we smoke up on headshots. Kabam, bam, bam! Headshots! Here comes a headshot right in the ground. Pow! Head busted open. Another headshot in this fucking police. Down you go. Get out of here. You want some too? Whatever. You can have it. The last gripe I really have with this game is that the ending
double-check
doesn't
your
really
systems.
leave
The
any
mechanic
room for a
was an
sequel, which is quite disappointing.
Everett doesn't know him. What did he work on?
The fuel system. Now that you mention it. Wait a minute. This isn't right.
What isn't?
Oh my god, JC, a bomb!
A bomb.